It may not look like it, but this is a luxury flagship SUV. However, this one's a little different. Have you ever thought that a flagship SUV can go off-road? Well, I got a flagship SUV, a top-of-the-line luxury vehicle that's got 18-inch alloy wheels with all-terrain tires. Sounds unusual? Well, watch along as we take this 2025 Lexus LX 700H Overtrail off the road. I'm Randy Stern, along with George Turtleline, and this is Victory in Reseda. The 2025 Lexus LX 700H makes a bold statement with a massive presence. It is only 200.5 inches long, yet its 74.6-inch tall stature is befitting of its mission. Luckily, you get side steps to enter into the cabin through these large doors. The liftgate opens high and wide for easier loading and unloading of cargo. The Overtrail trim adds a blacked-out grille, black trim all around, and a set of all-terrain tires on 18-inch alloy wheels. Inside the cabin is a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that has some customization for the information you need. This is augmented by a head-up display to keep your eyes on the road. On the center stack is a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen housing the Lexus interface system. This system enables wireless smartphone connectivity, and our tester received the upgraded 25-speaker Mark Levinson reference surround sound audio system. A wireless device charger is located on the center console, along with a cool box. Another 7-inch screen houses climate controls and some vehicle information. There are tactile controls throughout the cabin controlling various vehicle functions. The 2025 LX 700H Overtrail comes standard with 3-row seating for up to 7 people. Our tester came with only 2 rows, which is an option. The 5-seat configuration is comfortable with large seats up front upholstered in semi-aniline leather. Rear seat room is quite good. There is 30.9 cubic feet of cargo space behind the second row of seats. You can fold them down to expand that to 62.4 cubic feet. Power comes from a 3.4-liter twin-turbocharged V6 with an additional electric motor. This hybrid drive line puts out 457 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. A 10-speed automatic transmission channels this power to all 4 wheels through a full-time 4-wheel drive system with an electronic center differential. The 2025 LX 700H Overtrail is also equipped with both drive modes and multi-terrain select, along with downhill assist control and crawl control. We love to tell you more, but let's join Randy and George somewhere off the beaten track. So, George, here we are. The 2025 Lexus LX 700H in the Overtrail trim.
So Overtrail, that's the off-road.
Yes, it is. It is Lexus's way to engage people that are looking for off-road adventure in a very luxurious SUV. And because this is the flagship on all Lexus SUVs, this is probably a better candidate for that off-road package that they've added to this lineup.
Yeah, they've added a lot of very hardcore off-road types of features that still also give you luxury.
True. The all-terrain tires, they're 33 inches, along with 18-inch alloy wheels that are dark finished. And of course, delineating the rest of the LX lineup with the black front grille. Yet, you don't expect this from the top-of-the-line SUV at Lexus. This is mainly built for families that are wanting to spend a lot more money and offered a lot more luxury for their SUV. For example, their real top of the line is called the Ultra Luxury, which is a 4-seater, meaning 4 luxurious seats, 2 consoles, and just basically a VIP version of this particular model. However, this is the complete opposite of this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got all kinds of mechanical bits to help you with off-road chores. You've got your center locking differential, front axle, rear axle locking differentials. You've got trailer assist. You've got 8,000 pounds of towing capabilities. It's a serious machine.
Well, I'll tell you what's even more serious is this button right here for the downhill assist control and the crawl control. That should tell you how serious this SUV is.
Unfortunately, we don't have any hills out where we are right now, but it's nice to know you have it.
But more importantly is that how it handles a road like this, sort of a sandy, washboardy dirt road. Not a lot of gravel on there to challenge traction. It seems just fine with this. We're getting enough designer dirt on it to, well, not exactly designer dirt, but you get the idea. We're getting enough dirt on here to make it look cool, make it look like we've been somewhere way off the highway.
It is a bit sandy as well, so yeah.
Yeah. It's also got MTS as well. That is also adding to the off-road capability package of this particular LX.
Plus, you've got some additional options to control your ride height. So if you've got something in which you need to get a little bit more ground clearance, you can have about 4 inches of adjustability on the fly with your options to raise and lower the suspension.
Exactly, and if you have a low ceiling in your garage, you can also lower it as well.
Yeah, every inch helps.
Now, some people may question how come you would add an Overtrail package to the LX. Now, there's 2 parts to that. One is what it's built off of. It's built off of a Toyota Land Cruiser that we don't get in America. Not the Land Cruiser that's offered here, but a bigger one called the 300 series. This is the bigger SUV. It's very capable. It can go anywhere in the world, any terrain. So the LX has always been built off of the bigger Land Cruiser. Now, for the LX this year, they've added a hybrid driveline to it. Now you have the option of emitting fewer emissions, getting better fuel economy compared to the non-hybrid version of the LX. So you have some variety now in this lineup.
And we're seeing on average about 20 miles per gallon for fuel efficiency.
Exactly.
Now that V6 twin turbo with the hybrid, when you lean into the throttle, it does get up and go pretty good, right?
Especially on terrain like this.
And that's just in normal mode. It's not even on off-road mode. So it's got the full-time four-wheel drive, which definitely you notice when you need that extra traction.
Not only that, but also the switch between the V6 and the electric motor. So effortless, so smooth. You can't even notice it.
Yeah, I have to look at the tachometer to see whether or not if we're in EV mode or if the engine's even running. It's so smooth.
Exactly. That's what I like about this particular LX. If you ask me, this should be the driveline on all LXs because it's got the more horsepower, the more torque,
Sounds like you could use some water, Randy. How about a nice cold one from the cooler?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's one of the coolest bits about this vehicle is
you have a cool box.
You have a cool box. That means if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're going on a road like this, you have a place where you can be able to grab a water, grab a soda, grab something.
Whatever you want to keep cool.
Even better, it opens on both sides here. So if I need to keep that cool, I just throw it in there on my side of the vehicle.
And if I want to grab something, I got one on my side of the vehicle.
There you go.
And if the passenger is in the back seat, they have a button as well. So
do they?
They do.
Really?
Right there. But it opens
on
the
it opens on one of the sides, right. Yeah, it can't be perfect, but it's actually a wonderful feature. Now, the ride quality is really nice because of the fact that it's got that suspension travel. On top of all that, it's got air suspension too.
Yeah, it has such a nice smooth ride to it for being truck-based with the body-on-frame construction, but it's not harsh at all, and it really glides over many of these bumps without really noticing much at all.
And not just on a road like this, but also on the highway as well. Because let's be honest here, you know, a lot of people who buy this will drive this mostly on the highway or in the neighborhood where there's no dirt or gravel roads.
You will get a hint of road noise from the tire tread, but
Yeah.
it's pretty quiet, and there's really not much noise in addition to that. Like wind noise is hardly noticeable. You don't hear the engine and powertrain. It's a very quiet ride. Brakes are pretty good.
The brakes are strong.
Yes.
How's the pedal feel though?
Good. You got regen going on and you don't even feel that, and you do have good modulation. When I'm really hitting the brakes at highway speeds, you will get a little bit of a nosedive, but it isn't overly dramatic or anything like that.
They really have improved on this, because the older GXs, the older LXs, they usually like to do a nosedive when you're braking hard. But in that case, everything's a lot more controlled. They've really worked on the front suspension to maintain an equilibrium when you're stopping.
It's a good, not just off-road vehicle, but it has good manners in an urban environment as well. And it's fairly maneuverable too.
Exactly. I just don't see why many livery drivers aren't driving this as opposed to, well, the competition.
Well, it isn't cheap.
No, and neither are those either.
True. You still have many of the luxuries that you'll find in this model. You got the ventilated and heated front and rear seats, and the front seats have massage.
Yes, they do. And for both the front seats as well. And you have a choice of massage levels and types, which is really wonderful for those of us who are fatigued.
And it's not just the seat back, it's also the seat bottom. So it'll do the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's several settings for that.
Of course, you've got a wonderful infotainment screen that's controlling the Mark Levinson sound system. Do look around, you see them across the headliner in the different rows and in the doors, and yeah, they're just all over the place.
So that's another layer of luxury you'll enjoy in the LX, whether it's 600 or 700H, and even in the Overtrail, because you may need a little soundtrack when you're out here.
And of course, you can bring your own music on your iPhone or your Android Auto wirelessly paired.
Exactly.
So with that, Randy, in summary, what do you think?
This is probably the most unsung flagship SUV in the market right now. You've probably heard of some brands, some models that are more prevalent, but there's not a lot of LXs on the road. And what makes this more distinctive is the fact that you have the Overtrail, which gives you the permission to go basically anywhere your heart desires. And you have all the equipment you need for a successful off-road trek. And the best thing about it is that you're surrounded by luxury. You're surrounded by Lexus luxury. And that's what the best selling point of this particular vehicle. So you have this combination of a hybrid driveline, a large SUV, and off-road capability. It's really a winner if you ask me. And probably the LX you might want to consider above all others. Then again, can you have everything at this price point? Well, the Lexus LX 700H Overtrail, the answer is yes.
In our thermal analysis of the 2025 Lexus LX 700H Overtrail, we found the heating elements for heated seating. The front seats provided adequate overall heating element coverage, with areas of emphasis in the lower back and lower thigh regions. In the second row captain's chairs, they provided a similar heating element pattern. The heated steering wheel provided good overall heating element coverage. Between the front seats in the center console, the cool box was showing very cool temperatures with just above freezing that kept our beverages nice and cool. Outside, the side mirrors are heated, and the rear window had good heating element coverage across the glass, with an area in the center providing an emphasized area of heating intensity. On the front windshield, the park position of the windshield wipers is heated to keep the wipers defrosted and from freezing to the glass.
The 2025 Lexus LX is offered in 8 trim levels, 4 of which are hybrids. Pricing starts from $107,450. Our LX 700H Overtrail tester came with a sticker price of $116,260. The Overtrail is offered only with the hybrid driveline. If you like what you watch, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to find out when our next video comes out. And don't forget to read our great articles and other postings at victoryandreseda.net. I'm Randy Stern along with George Torline. So long, everybody.